Our canteen smells so delicious this morning, and it's all thanks to this guy, Chef D, taking us through a much easier way to make sourdough bread.
Exactly. You know, you can use the starter, and hats off to you if you do the starter and you look after that. That's amazing. I just find we get busy and then all of a sudden the starter dies. So I thought, what if we do kind of like a sourdough hack, right?
Okay.
And this is a recipe that we've done years and years ago, and I went, I should bring it back because sourdough is making a really big back, and bread again is making a big impact in our lives. I think it's the comfort of it.
It's like we've eaten so much of it during the pandemic and made so much of it. Now we've had that break, and now we're yearning for that again.
Exactly. So I'm just going to reach in front of you, and then we teamed up with 1847 Milling. This is right here in Ontario. They will actually deliver flour to your door. So
really?
Yeah, you can have different flours come to your door, and it's not flowers. Get it?
A flour delivery.
So I'm going to take 1 cup of rye.
And you can really make like any kind of flour.
100%. You don't have to. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to use the rye. You can use just all. You know, I like the stronger flours because it's going to break down because it's going to take a little bit for us to do this. So we're going to add 1 cup of all-purpose.
I like how your cup is just like,
yeah, exactly. It's bread. It doesn't have to be, you know. So then we're going to add 2 cups of bread flour. So this is a heavy, heavy flour, big gluten's in it. And like I said, all natural, artisanal blending. I just love these guys. And look at, like, you were just talking earlier about, you know, it's Earth Day coming up. Everything's in paper. And
yes, yeah.
Okay.
And this is like it doesn't have that plastic film on it or
exactly.
anything,
So just before we came on air, I just started my yeast blooming. And what that is I just put in a teaspoon of honey. Instead of sugar. You can use sugar if you want, but I like using the honey. And again, the honey gives the yeast the ingredients, food it needs, right?
Yeah.
So.
And then you've got the active dry yeast.
Exactly. So, but if you wanted to, you could use the instant yeast. You know, this is what's so great about this recipe, is that you can just use either one of the yeast. Okay. So then I'm gonna reach across you and grab a beer. And no, I'm not gonna have it this early in the morning. So we're going to put in.
Not that early to us.
Yeah, that's right. So we're going to add in 1 can of IPA. You want to use a beer that doesn't have preservatives in it, right? And you know, our good friends at Waterloo have that. And then we're just going to add in a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This is going to give it a little bit of that tartness that you're looking for when you're
that sourdough taste.
Exactly. And then I'm just going to give our yeast a quick stir now because it's bloomed. It's ready to go. Just want to stir all that together. Pop that in. And then we're just going to mix this. And it doesn't have to be anything fancy. And then the great thing about this is, you know, years ago we used to put the cling wrap over top of it, right? You don't put a tea towel over top of it.
That's what my grandma used to do. Tea towel.
And then the great thing about that
so
is that there's actually yeast pores in our air. You know, that's above my.
There's one.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade. But just want to. Then you're going to put the tea towel over top, and you can leave it out at room temperature for like 12 hours, and then let it sit in the fridge for up to 36 hours if you want.
Okay.
You know, and
but
then
you need to kind of get it started.
Exactly.
Not in the fridge.
Exactly, and you can just start seeing this one I just made earlier this morning. It's just starting to bubble and do its thing, and then what we would do is we take this. And I line my Dutch oven. This is a one piece of equipment that you do need. You do need a Dutch oven. And then you're just gonna pop it into the parchment lined baking paper.
And I see that you've sprayed the
I just
paper.
put a little bit of spray on it, because then that way it's not going to stick on you. And then you're going to pop this in the oven. We're gonna put the lid on it, 425, for about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay? So I've done this for the sake of TV. I'm gonna grab it right now, and I've taken it out of the, you wanna take it out the last 10 minutes of its baking, and
then actually take it out of the Dutch oven and put it back in the oven
Exactly.
again.
And then, just hear that? That's
what you're
looking.
That's how you know it's done.
Exactly. So then, okay, we got it. But just look at that. You get the moisture already happening, and then this one's been sitting for about 30 minutes now, and just look at that.
Oh, okay. So the difference in here, like you've got a little bit of moisture there, that doesn't mean that it's not done.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just because we cut it so early in it and not let it.
So you want to let it rest.
100%. So are you ready for try a little bit with butter on it?
Yeah. We've got about 30 seconds left.
There you,
Oh, and it's still melting.
there you go.
Okay, thank you.
And I actually, brought the recipe with me, and you guys are going to put it up. How good is that?
So good. And no preservatives, so you want to
Nothing.
eat this within a day.
Exactly. And if you're not eating it like today, tomorrow make it, toast it with garlic bread,
Okay.
and then, put some cheese on it, or make croutons with it, right? Or pop it in your freezer.
Awesome.
And away
Okay,
you go.
we'll have the recipe up on our website, chch.com/morninglive. This is delicious.
Thank you.
So good.